Hi, I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Thursday, March 18th. Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. Sure hope you are doing well. It's been a full week since I've seen you. It's bright and sunny outside. Enjoy the weather. First, no COVID cases at Episcopal homes at this time. This is now the 7th week in a row. That's fantastic. That means none of the variants have entered our community, and so pleased about that. Let's keep that up. Okay, let's get right into it because we have some changes to announce. First, as you know, from the beginning, going back a full year now, we have been closely following instructions, directions from the Minnesota Department of Health and from the CDC. And we continue to do that. Currently, as things are evolving, as Governor Walz would say, as we're turning the dial, there is some contradictory, or let's say at least ambiguous information, sometimes on the same website, just a few paragraphs apart. So it isn't easy to know exactly how to interpret the instructions at all times. So we're doing our best to interpret them correctly and to keep everyone safe. So here goes. So what I'm going to be reading is effective this upcoming Monday, March 22nd. When it comes to Episcopal Church Home, the Gardens, and Iris Park Commons, which by the Minnesota Department of Health, they view that as skilled care or long-term care. Okay, so Episcopal Church Home, the Gardens, and Iris Park Commons. Anyone can come and visit their family and friends, but it must be pre-scheduled. Follow the instructions given by your specific community. And when visiting, guests must be screened and wear face masks. When it comes to our independent living communities, when it comes to visitors, you will be seeing instructions soon about changes on that front, because currently only one visitor per day is allowed for each resident, and we're going to be expanding that. More than one visitor per day is going to be allowed very soon. Haven't yet written up that policy change and announced it in writing, but it will be coming soon. Be watching for that. At our independent living communities also, for those who are fully vaccinated, that is, have received both their shots and be 2 weeks after the second shot. Those who are fully vaccinated, groups of up to 15 people may gather inside without a mask. So groups of up to 15 can gather without a mask, but still practicing social distancing. An outside guest can be one of the group if they are fully vaccinated. We are no longer limiting movement between zones. Residents and staff can move about freely, always wearing a mask and physically distancing while doing so. So as you're moving about in the hallways, masks required, physical distancing required, but you can gather in groups of up to 15 maximum if everyone is fully vaccinated. Be watching for updates pertaining to also other departments like food service, chapel, okay, active living. Be watching for updates on those fronts. They won't necessarily have updates already starting on Monday the 22nd, but it's not far away. So be watching for that. As we know, COVID is still amongst us. For instance, Governor Walz, Lieutenant Governor Flanagan, Jan Malcolm, the head of the Minnesota Department of Health, those three are in quarantine right now because just yesterday morning, I think it was, someone in their entourage was tested positive, and so they're just, out of an abundance of caution, they are self-quarantining themselves. So COVID is still here, so we all need to be smart. Following these loosened guidelines, but nevertheless, there still are guidelines that need to be followed. All right, so those are the changes. Any questions, you'll get the best answers by reaching out to the community where your loved one is, where you want to visit, or where you want to do something, where you want to get together as a group. If you have questions, if it's not clear enough here, talk to the manager of your community or one of the staff in that community for further clarification. All right? Okay, I have not read birthdays for 3 weeks, and so it's a little longer list. Bear with me. It's worth reading, it's worth hearing, and it's worth saying happy birthday to them. Okay, so these are the 3 weeks of birthdays for March. Paulinessa, The Gardens, Ben Philippon, The Terrace, Mary Hartwig, Episcopal Church Home, Jane Livingston, Midway Point, Peter Weisensell, The Terrace, Willie Wilson, Episcopal Church Home, Bob Utke, Cornelia House, Jacqueline Kennedy, Iris Park Commons, Joyce Davis, King's Crossing, Lee Snook, The Gardens, Kiko Takahashi, Midway Point, Pan Yang at Cardi Heights, Nancy Wilhite, Cornelia House, Gary Marr, Cornelia House, Walker Davis, Cardi Heights, Kelly Reynolds, Iris Park Commons, Rosemary Vanderbeek, Episcopal Church Home, Mary Jacobowski at The Gardens, Thomas McManus, The Gardens, Wendy Brown, The Terrace, Teresa McDonald, The Gardens, Barbara Dennis, Cornelia House, Betty Dyson, Iris Park Commons, Min Tron at Cardi Heights, and Patrick Filter at Iris Park Commons. A big happy birthday to all of you. Okay, everyone, take care, be safe, enjoy the sunshine. Isn't it a wonderful moment where we have no COVID cases at this time at Episcopal Homes? For 7 weeks, that's the way it's been. No COVID cases. That's fantastic. And also where we are starting to, as Governor Walz would say, turn the dial. Terrific. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.